Hey everybody, Bree here. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I am doing a fall Whole30 meal prep video. It'll be really quick and simple, but still delicious. If you like these types of videos, give this video a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new. I make tons of mom motivational type content. Okay, so this is how I meal prep. I essentially will just write down the things that I'm gonna make, plus everything that I need, and if I need measurements for things to be exact, like this ranch dressing, I'll write that out. Most of the recipes come from the Whole30 book. Other authors and creators that I like would be like The Defined Dish, Healthy Little Peach, but that's kind of the method to start off the madness. We're getting started with an oven roasted bacon. I find this to be a really awesome meal prep because you can just throw the bacon either in scrambled eggs, on salads, in wraps, anything you need like a salty, meaty crunch. Having Whole30 approved bacon like Peterson's is just great to have on hand and already made. I also love to make it in the oven because the cleanup is super easy. So essentially all you're going to do is lay out your bacon on a baking sheet. And you can either preheat your oven to 400, wait until it's at 400, and then cook it for about 8 to 10 minutes. Or you can throw it in as it's preheating, still setting it to 400, and then it would cook from like 15 to 20 minutes. You'll remove once it's at your level of crispiness, and then place it immediately on some paper towels and store it in your refrigerator. And this will last anywhere from like 4 to 5 days. But like I said, I love having this. I'm actually going to put this in a chicken salad, a bacon chicken ranch chicken salad, and it's delicious. Next, I'm making a Whole30 mayo, and then I'm using some of the mayo to make a Whole30 ranch. Making mayo Whole30 approved is unbelievably easy. All you need is 1 cup of extra light virgin olive oil or avocado oil, 1 egg, salt, pepper, mustard seed, garlic powder, and lemon juice, and an immersion blender. And so when you're making your mayo, you're going to put all the ingredients in and then place your immersion blender directly over the yolk. Make sure it's like directly aligned, and then slowly move up till you have the consistency of the mayo that you're looking for. This probably takes anywhere from like 30 seconds to a minute. And so for the Whole30 ranch, you need 1 cup of compliant mayo, and then some salt and pepper, 2 teaspoons of dill weed, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of white wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of some coconut milk. I just use like 2 scoops from the can, the cream on top, a tablespoon of parsley, a tablespoon of dried chives, a half a teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder, and then some fresh cracked pepper. This ranch dressing was delicious. Like, this recipe comes from Healthy Little Peach. Highly recommend taking a look at her IG, but amazing. Okay, now a quick little taste test. Looks good. It's very good.
Mine is very good.
You like your carrot too?
Yeah.
Yummy. The next thing that I'm meal prepping is some bacon chicken ranch chicken salad. I love having chicken salad in the fridge for the week, even though I usually try to eat it within 3 days. You want to start with some shredded rotisserie chicken, and then add some finely diced celery, and probably about 3/4 a cup or a cup of bacon. And then I poured in that ranch dressing, gave it a good mix, topped it with some seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, probably a little bit of paprika, and it was spectacular. Okay, now I'm taste testing this. I'm really good. Up next, I am meal prepping a soup, another thing I love to have in my fridge. This is something that I'll eat really for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I love having it for breakfast because it's so hearty and warm. This is a potato, sausage, and kale soup. It's a Portuguese soup. My in-laws call it caldo verde. They make it much better than I do, but I do love the way that it comes out regardless. So you want to start by chopping some potatoes and onions, some garlic, kale. I like to get all of my ingredients prepped and ready to go. That way I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off in the kitchen, looking for ingredients last minute and having something burned. So I like to just kind of prep everything, especially if there's quite a bit of ingredients. Here you'll see me chopping up the kale. You want to take the stems out. I like to roll the kale up so that I can kind of make like ribbons out of it. I just like the way that that tastes better in a bite on a spoon. So you're going to start with medium boil, or I guess over medium. Spray your pan and then add in your sausage. So I'm making my sausage today. So throw in your ground beef or ground turkey or ground chicken or whatever you want to use. Add some Italian seasoning, some fennel, smoked paprika. Add your onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and mix that all together while it's still browning. I love that. There's a little bit of time. I love that kitchen mixer that I got from Amazon. It really breaks down the ground beef. I added in my garlic, my onions, just to really infuse all the flavors. For this soup, you're going to use an entire carton of chicken broth, some rotel. I only had those little cup servings of the chicken broth on hand, which was fine. But you want to use the box. If you don't have enough, just add water and then season accordingly. But you're going to throw that all together and then boil your potatoes. I like to cover and boil for about 20 minutes before checking to make sure they're tender, before adding everything else into the soup mix. My kids are being adorable right now, watching Dora the Explorer. But so, now that I have all of the ingredients for the most part, with the exception of the kale, in the soup bowl, I'm just going to give it a good stir and cover it and probably cook for about 20 minutes. You do want the potatoes covered so that they cook well, and you want it covered with water, and then you want the pot to be covered to trap in any steam or water so that they all cook well. But I'm gonna let that go for 20 minutes and clean up a little bit. Excuse me.
Hey.
No, no. Alright, you shred the kale. Into like bite-sized pieces. Very good. So we're using absolutely all of the kale that I bought, which is a ton, but I love when my kids help me out in the kitchen. So I added some more chicken broth and gave it a cover. As you can see here, the potatoes and the kale use up a lot of broth, so add accordingly. It smells delicious in here, and I don't want to burn my mouth off, but I gotta try this, so. It's very, very good. I really don't want to burn myself, but I like that I use the rotel because I feel like it's like got a little spice to it. But I could live off of like soup, sandwiches, and salads, I swear. I'm storing my soup in these leftover container bins and then moving on to my skillet. So this is another thing that I'll have for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. This is like a sweet potato skillet. So you're going to use some diced sweet potatoes, carrots, and I'll probably use some of the kale that I left over. Also, I like to do this with like some chicken apple sausage. I'm just getting all my ingredients prepped and ready to go because this is another thing that like you kind of just want to have everything on hand so that nothing burns. This sausage is actually not Whole30 approved. I didn't realize there was sugar in it, or maybe there's like maple syrup or something, but I still cooked it up because the kids love this sausage, so it was kind of like having a little mini meal prep for them. It was easy to just like throw together dinners or just have them have that for their school lunches and school snacks. So to a large pan, you're going to add your sweet potatoes. I love that OXO chopper. And then you're going to season with some cinnamon, nutmeg, and salt and pepper. I'm going to add a little bit coconut oil because it's just not cooking up. So I turned off the stove to prep the apples. You're going to want to peel, core, and dice them. We have tons of apples left over from apple picking at the farm, so this was a great use of that. But you could really throw anything into the skillet. It doesn't have to be this. Skillets like sheet pan dinners and soups are just so easy to like throw together whatever you have left over in your fridge and make best use of produce so that it doesn't go bad. As I add everything in, I'm going to season according to taste. I kind of want this to be a little bit spicier, so I'm going to add some crushed red pepper flakes and smoked paprika plus a little bit of cayenne. I absolutely love that sweet, smoky, spicy flavoring with things like kale and sweet potato. I think it just elevates the dish so much. But that's what I have for you today. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give this video a big old thumbs up. Have a great week, guys. I will see you in the next video.